You're listening to the Good Morning Gwinnett Show, produced by Audrey Bell-Kearney. Catch a new episode Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Now on to the show.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett land and all of my friends around the world. It's a beautiful day here in Gwinnett County, 74 degrees, going up to a high thing close to 80, but so beautiful. It's fall, so we're expecting it to be a beautiful day. It is Blueprint Wednesday, and today I'm coming to you live with another business blueprint to help you listen, I want you to kick off your side hustle journey. I was talking to my daughter this morning. My daughter is an IT engineer, and she doesn't really like her job because she doesn't like how things are run. Now, what I've been telling her and so many other folks is that you can't tell folks how to run their business, right? And no matter where you go, it's pretty much going to be the same thing over and over again, how they run their business. And you can't really say anything because you don't have a say so because you don't have any stock in the company. So I'm always trying to tell her, listen, you need to figure out a side hustle because you never know what's going to happen. You don't really like the job. I feel that the job is going to crumble because of the way she complains about how they do things is just so crazy. And so I'm always telling people you should have a side hustle as a backup plan. And I know somebody saying, hey, don't need a backup plan. In my mind, you need a backup plan. So I'm always talking about having a backup plan. That's why on Mondays and Wednesdays, I will be giving you a blueprint for another business idea, walking you through some steps, some things you need to think about before you actually start that business. But everybody should have a side hustle unless you don't need it. Now, if you don't need it or if you just don't desire to have one, then I get that because it's not for everybody. But I will say this, because of the times that we're living in right now, you need to make sure that you're okay if anything should pop off. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. This is the conversation she and I had. Now, her issue is she don't know what to do. She's like, I don't know what to start, but she didn't ask me either. She's like, she didn't ask because when you start talking business to me, I'm gonna talk business back to you. So she was like, I mean, I really don't know what to start, and I was like, okay. So in my mind, I'm thinking there's so many things you could start, like so many. And especially today, like right now, the sky is pretty much the absolute limit. But today, Blueprint Wednesday, so it'll be Blueprint Monday, Blueprint Wednesday. Today is Blueprint Wednesday. Yesterday, I did a AI show, and I showed you how to create. I created a tool in AI. I'm gonna post that later on today on the text section of Good Morning Gwinnett website. So go to Good Morning Gwinnett. Give me about 2 hours, and I'll post it. GoodMorningGwinnett.com, and I'll post it there. Today, I'm talking about how to start a social media content and scheduling service. Now, this is something that could be really good for a lot of people because I think about myself, right? Now, I know how to use all these different tools and I know how to automate things, but for the person who's not like me, who know that they need a social media presence and they've known for quite some time, they know they need a social media presence. They just don't know how to start, where to start, and all that stuff, nor do they have the time. And sometimes they may not even have the budget. But if they do have the budget, and you can help them, by all means do that. So for you who are thinking about starting and it's almost like a social media manager, the difference is you're going to be creating content for them and posting the content for them. And you're going to do all kinds of things and make sure that the content reaches the people it needs to reach. So today's show is about starting a social media content business and scheduling service. And there are people that need you. Now, why do you think this is important? Why do you think this is a cool business to start? Well, the demand is high. Like you would think that with all of the tools we have available, the demand has gone down, right? But it hasn't because everybody's not tech savvy. And even though I get on here and I talk about AI and I do AI every day and I'm doing something with AI every day, everybody's not like that. And think about this. We got millions and millions and millions of business owners, especially solopreneurs, who are deathly afraid to turn on their computer. I'm talking about literally afraid to turn on their computer. But they know they need to have this social media presence. And so this is where you come in. Right now, over 70% of small businesses use social media, but lack internal resources to manage it effectively, right? I'm guilty. When it comes to social media, I can tell you the things that I have been consistent with, and I dropped off for the last couple months has been this podcast, 1,219 episodes. So I was consistent, right? And but my podcast is syndicated to Facebook and Twitter once I'm done. That's what I like about it. So that takes me out of the equation. So now I don't have to really worry about that because it's automatically like posting to these platforms and YouTube. So that helps me a lot. But when it comes to posting pictures and stories and reels, I kind of suck at that. right? I kind of suck at it. So I have to rely on, stuff like Buzzsprout, and I have to rely on something like Hootsuite and Facebook scheduler, and those type of things help me out. And now I'm working on some automation stuff that's going to help me even more. But that's a me thing. There are people out there who do not want to do all of those things and don't want to even touch it. That's where you come in at. So the demand is high. It's a low startup cost. Listen, if you know how to use Canva for $12.99, and you know how to use Leonardo for another $10 and make some videos, and you can go on over to Gemini 2.5 right now and make up some stuff, and yeah, you can create all this content for these people businesses, and create all of the content and schedule it to go out. And if you're using Facebook has a scheduler built into it. I'm like, what? So that's a game changer. So you can use that. You can put people on a monthly plan, right? They can have a subscription to your service. You can post for them. You can charge them something. You can charge what you want. But when you think about small businesses and micro businesses and solopreneurs, they don't have a lot of budget, right? So if you get about 10 clients, let's say you get 10 clients, you put them all like on a $47 plan. And if you can manage more than that, then manage that. Now that's cheap. And I'm saying that because I know a lot of them are really like struggling. Or you can say, you know what, I'm gonna get 10 clients, I'm gonna charge them $97 or $197, and I'm gonna post for them, every day, every month, like 5 days a week. So 20 days out of the month, I'm posting content for you. That is a big help. And somebody would gladly pay you $197 to do that. And here's the thing, you're just going to create the content and schedule it out for the month. You can get 10, 20 clients doing that. All right. And that's a recurring revenue model for you. That's money that's coming in every month, unless you get somebody to pay annually and you give them a little discount. Um, you get to have creative freedom. Now, let me say this. I'm gonna pause on that. You get to have creative freedom until you don't. All right. Do you know how many projects I've started for people who say, I'm just gonna let you do it because I know you're gonna make it pretty, and I do all the things I do, and it goes, oh, well, can you change this and can you change that? Now, this is what I don't like about this. Can you move this around? Yeah. Now they told me in the good head they're giving me full creative control, and then the minute I go in there and create some things they don't like. I had a client and I thought this was hilarious. So I created a bunch of flyers for her all the time, right? And I created this flyer for her, and she said she liked it. And the flyer was 1 year; it was a year old. But it was. She said she liked it when I created. So earlier this year, she sent me a message. She goes, "Hey, this was so funny." She said, "Hey, um, can you create me a new flyer? Because somebody created this flyer and I just really don't like it." So when she sent me the flyer, I texted back and said, yeah, I created that flyer. And I put LOL because it was hilarious. She liked it when I created, then she didn't like it. And I don't even know if she used the flyer or not, but she sent it back to me and I was like, yeah, I created that flyer. So I'm sure she felt like she hurt my feelings. I thought it was funny. But you don't, sometimes they tell you have creative control, but you really don't have it. Another good reason why you want to start this type of business is because you can work remotely. You can work from anywhere. As long as you got good internet and a good computer, you can work anywhere. Um, we have been doing digital marketing now for a long, long time, and you would think that it would slow down, but it's not. What's interesting about where we are right now is that video is it has been powerful already. Now it's super powerful because you can actually go to Gemini 2.0, 2.5 and say create me a video. I did this the other day. I have another Facebook page called Hot Flash Mafia. Hot Flash Mafia, right? I'm gonna play a commercial for that in a second. And I created a video in Gemini 2.5. I said, create me a video, and it was a good video. Create me a video of a woman sweating, having hot flashes. And I wanted it to look like a reel. It created me this video. She is sweating and she looked like she's having a hot flash moment. I did that. Gemini did that thing in about 30 seconds, a video. Now, it wasn't a long video, but I didn't need a long video. I just needed a video. So Gemini did it in like 30 seconds. So, we've been doing digital marketing for a long time, but now as someone who creates content for small businesses, you can create videos for them, you can create memes for them. And to give you a perspective on that, I went to ChatGPT and I said, hey, I need some funny memes for hot flashes. Why am I talking about hot flashes? Because Hot Flash Mafia is my new side hustle. Listen, I'm an entrepreneur with a side hustle on top of what I do. By the way, go to hotflashmafia.com, hotflashmafia.com. If you suffer with hot flashes or know someone who does, tell them to check out Hot Flash Mafia because we destroy and kill hot flashes. That's my little hustle. Um, but anyway, um, I started to create all this content for my other page. And so for me, I need these tools. For you, even though the tools are simple, the person may not want to do it or they may not have the time. If they're running the business, they don't have time to create content. And visual content is the bomb. Um, I just the other day I needed some memes done because I wanted to post some funny memes on Facebook. And I've been looking at Facebook marketing, like, okay, how do I need to do this? I need to put out a bunch of content. So I got to put out 10 pieces of content a day, all this stuff. I was like, I need some memes. So what I did was I went to ChatGPT and I said, hey, create me. I think I created like 150 memes or something. Because if I'm going to be putting out 5 to 10 pieces of content a day, I need a lot of memes. I took that list. I had ChatGPT created as a CSV file, right? Which is like a spreadsheet. I took the CSV, I uploaded it to Canva, right? I took that, I hit the bulk import thing on Canva and created all of these memes at one time with Canva. And now I can just go there and change the picture. I just click it. Amazing. So I have all these memes that all I have to do is post. This is how simple it is, right? You can create 150 memes in like 2 minutes. I was like, this is freaking amazing. So again, that's the way to do it. Now, if you really want to get jiggy with it, I'm so corny, right? I'm real corny. If you really want to get jiggy with it, you can actually go to something like Lindy AI, or you can go to some AI tool that can automate the whole system for you. Now, that's technical. I'm not going to say it's not technical, but if you're that person who don't mind learning the tech, you can learn Lindy and have Lindy create all of your content for you. I actually was working with ChatGPT to produce this podcast for me in my voice, all set up. And now, but it had so many moving parts to it. I was like, yeah, I'm not ready to do that. But if you're that person who does not mind the technology and learning how to do stuff, go to like a Lindy and let Lindy create all of these automations for you and workflows and create the content and then post it for your client. Now you can scale because now you can have 100 clients paying $97 a month. That's $9,700 a month. That's a little bit life changing for some folks. For some folks, it's peanuts. For other folks, life changing. All right, now here's the thing. What you're going to include in your business, right? What you're going to include in your business model. Your business model. Your business earns money by providing packages that include the following: content planning and strategy. People will tell you they want something, they don't know what they want. I'm telling you what I know for a fact. You want to post images, captions, videos, so post creation. You're going to create all those for people. You're going to schedule using tools like Buffer. I said Buzzsprout. I meant Buffer. Buffer, Hootsuite later. I tend to like Buffer, and the reason I like Buffer is because Buffer gives you like time. So if you're going to use Facebook, it'll give you like 3 time slots, and you just put it. And I guess those are supposed to be some of the best time slots, but you can put your post in there and schedule them to go out. So I like Buffer, and it'll tell you can post 3 times on Facebook. I think 5 or 6 times on Twitter. But it depends on which one you post on. It'll have slots available for you to fill in your post there, so it'll post for you. I like that about Buffer. So that's your revenue model. Now you can do a couple of things. You can charge $47 a month. You can charge $97 a month. You can have tiers where they get so many posts. You can have 3 tiers. A sales guy from not Salesforce. He was from God. What's the name of that? God, it's wrong to my. It's a company that uh they train salespeople. Oh, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, he spoke at one of our events. He's a sales trainer, and he was saying you should always have 3 tiers. But he also said don't put prices on your website. Now, me personally, I don't like people that kick tires. And what do I mean by that? I mean people that come to your website and they want to call you and ask you a million questions and they don't want to do anything. I put all of the answers, all of the questions, FAQs on the website, right? If you really have a question that you need to answer, shoot me an email. I answer back. But for the most part, I'm trying to let you go to the website, see what the prices are, see what everything that the prices cover, and then the FAQs. Because a lot of times people will call you, you're getting on the phone, you're doing all this stuff, and then they don't buy. So you just waste 30, 40 minutes talking to people who just didn't have an intention to buy in the beginning. So I don't like that. So I try not to do that. I try not to take phone calls if I don't have to. I've tried to put all my prices on the website. He, on the other hand, said, God, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Is it Sandler? I think it's Sandler. this sales the company that teaches sales, Sandler, I think that's what it is. He said, don't put prices on your website. I put prices on my website because I don't want people calling me. And here's the other thing: if you're doing a subscription service, like if you got them paying monthly, you want to have prices on the website. You want them to see your packages, pick the one they want. You set up your consultation and onboarding after they pay for their first package, and then you're off to the races. Once you get them set up, you're straight. And here's the funny thing about this whole thing, right? You probably could work with 10, 20 clients at a time easily, because if a client comes on today, you onboard them tomorrow, you find out what they want, you spend a whole, and let me say this: a lot of them, some are picky, some are not. Some like, look, I just need content. You sit there in one day and you put all of their content together for the next 120 days. It's 120 pieces of content. Y'all heard what I just said. You put all that content together for the next 20 days. That's 120 pieces of content. It means you're posting something every day. Now, if you're going to be crazy like me, like I'm doing 10 posts a day right now, that's going to take a little bit more. That means 1,200 pieces of content. But for the most part, you can break that down to, 300, 300, 300, 300. That's going to be broken down. And it really depends on the contract or the subscription plan that they have with you. Now, how much is all of this going to cost you? I try to do these blueprints and make sure that they're under $500 or less. So Canva Pro is going to be like $120 a year. If you use Buffer, it's like $180 a year. Your domain hosting for the year is about $60. And that's for your domain, and that really depends on what you do. If you use something like Lovable or Replit or Bolt, it's $20. They build your website and you pay $20 a month, and it hosts it, especially Lovable. I have a whole bunch of websites on Lovable, and I pay $100 a month. I think I got 12 or 15. It's ridiculous at this point. Don't even do that either, because it's just crazy. Your business Google email. Now I have my domain names and emails through GoDaddy. But if you do use a business Google domain, it's like $72. Social media scheduler, you're gonna use that with Buffer. Because you can use Buffer and it's gonna schedule, so you don't need to do anything extra with that. And then your website builder. I pay $20. You can pay more, but I pay $20 a month. And so based on this, $120 for Canva Pro, $180 a year. Then this yearly, $180 a year for Buffer, $60 for domain hosting and domain name, $72 for a Google email, business email, um, $60 for a website builder. And then if you have some other social media tools, like roughly $100. So that comes out to roughly $492. So that's under the $500. And there's a lot of free stuff out there that you can use too. Like, people love CapCut. All right, I'm going to go to this commercial because I got to market this other thing. So I'm going to go to this commercial. I'll be right back, and I'm going to wrap this thing up because I need to wrap it up so I can keep it moving. Where is it? Did I upload it? I don't think I uploaded it. Did I not? Hold on, y'all. I be doing too much. I be doing too much. I thought I uploaded the thing. Now I can't find it. Did I not upload it? I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. Let's try it one more again. Let's see. Nah, I didn't upload. That's weird. Huh. Anyway, I don't even have my commercial that I was going to upload. I don't know why I didn't upload, but it won't upload. And I don't know, it's because I don't know why. That sucks. Anyway, I got another one. Let me play. Oh, that's not it either. Anyway, I'm gonna keep it going. I didn't some kind of way I didn't upload, and I don't know why. I have to find out later. So, $500 or less is your business blueprint. Um, Now what you want to do is, I don't know if you want to do everything. I personally, if I were you, I would focus on maybe one kind of like thing. Like right now, um, pick a niche, right? Do you want to work with coaches? Do you want to work with real estate agents, beauty salons? All of these people need your help, especially like beauty salons. They're inside the salon. Now, the flip side to beauty salons is it's easy for them to pull out their camera and take a picture once they get finished doing somebody's hair. So it's a little bit easier for them. Real estate agents, I don't know how content creating savvy they are, but there's a lot of ways for you to make things really pretty for them. So what you want to do now, you want to set up your business account, pick your niche, set up your business account, design your packages, and you can use ChatGPT to design your packages. Say, hey, these are the services I want to offer. What's the suggested price that you suggest for this? And can you create the content and the descriptions for each service? You can create mock-ups. You can use Gemini 2 for mock-ups. You can do your social profiles and all that kind of stuff. And you can start prospecting. You can just go out and meet people and say, hey, listen, this is what I offer. Now, um, it depends on what you want to charge is how much money you're going to make. So I would tell you to do the numbers. Solopreneurs and consultants, they're really good clients. Now, but here's the thing. If you're going to charge too much, they're not your clients. If you want to look at like hairdressers and fitness trainers, they may be good. But again, hairdressers and fitness trainers, they can kind of pop up stuff anytime they want. Do they do that? I don't know. But you can check with them. Maybe you want to have a person that does e-commerce. Shopify, Etsy, maybe, because they're already creating a bunch of content for Shopify, Etsy. Now, brick and mortars like restaurants, yeah. The only thing about restaurants is that a lot of times people that visit the restaurant will post for them and help them get, and they're not posting to be paid. They're just posting because they like something or did not like something. And then you got local retailers. That might be your best bet, like local retailers, because they're in there looking at inventory and spreadsheets and profit and loss statements. They're not really thinking about social media posting. So local retailers, brick and mortar businesses, they may be your best low hanging fruit to do this. All right. All right. So listen, I got a whole blueprint on goodmorninggwinnett.com. Go check it out at goodmorninggwinnett.com. Everything is there. Your clients, what you got to do to give you some pros and cons, revenue streams and models. Because some people charge good money. Some people charge like $300, $1,500 a month for this service. I'm talking about if you think about servicing like small businesses, that may not be your audience. But for those of you who are thinking about starting like with some people that can pay you, yeah, take a look at how much they're paying, how much they're charging. So again, go to the website, check out the whole blueprint at goodmorninggwinnett.com and you'll see the blueprint there. All right. That's all I got for you today. I was going to play my commercial, but for some reason it did not work. I have to find out why. But that's all I got for you today. I'll be back again tomorrow. Tomorrow is MVP Thursday, which stands for Minimum Viable Product. I'm going to create something. I'm going to build something else. Matter of fact, I need to post that episode from yesterday. It glitched up though. Like I had all kind of problems. So that's why I haven't posted yet. But I'm going to post a video on the website. And you can go, it's in two parts because the system shut down because I probably had too many windows open. But I'm going to post a video later on today. As a matter of fact, I'm going to post it on the AI Tech today. But tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a video live stream. So go to YouTube and subscribe to my channel. It's youtube.com at Good Morning Gwinnett. youtube.com at Good Morning Gwinnett. youtube.com at Good Morning Gwinnett. All right, I'll be back again tomorrow. Until next time, my friends, until next time, make it a great day. Bye, everybody.
You've been listening to the Good Morning Gwinnett Show, produced by Audrey Bell-Kearney. Catch a new episode Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. If you missed any episode of the show, go to goodmorninggwinnett.com. Until next time, make it a great day.